Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you an update of the results for the Battle of the Grid Bots, and in this case, the battle is between a Bitsgap SBOT and Bitsgap's Scalper bot, which I did deploy both of them at the same time, and that was just under a month ago. Now, before we get too far into the weeds, if you're not familiar with Bitsgap, it is an all-in-one automated crypto trading platform, and their strong point really is their grid bots. And you can actually get started for free and test drive some of these grid bots in demo mode if you don't feel like submitting them to live fire. Now, I will drop a link in the description down below, and if you use my link in the description down below, you'll actually be able to get a free trial of their top package, and that's the Pro plan. So that's enough jaw-jacking, so let's get into the results. But before we get too far, for any of you FNGs who are not familiar with how a grid bot actually operates, it is pretty basic. A grid bot's mission is to buy low and sell high. So when the price action drops, it actually executes already pre-existing open limit orders, which are represented on the chart that you see here on the screen in the green lines. And then when the price reverses and rips back towards the top side, it executes these pre-existing open limit sell orders, which are represented by the red lines on the chart. So again, extremely basic operation: buy low, sell high. And so higher volatility often creates this choppy price action, and I typically look for something that is slightly trending up. As you can see with this price action on the chart, it is actually setting higher lows, and therefore it is somewhat trending towards the upside as it chops along. Now, with that all being said, the main difference between today's two different bots we'll be taking a look at is actually going to be the spacing between these open limit orders, and that spacing or grid step kind of determines how often the bot actually buys or sells based on a percentage between each one of these grid lines. And at the end of the day, when we look at the actual results, you'll see that that grid spacing does play a major role on which one of these bots outperformed the other one. So let's get to the actual results. Alright, so from my dashboard over here on Bitsgap, you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, I have the BTC USDT SBOT running, and I have a BTC USDT Scalper bot running. Now, I deployed both of these bots with 500 USDT in ammo, and you can see they both have more than that now at this time, and that is due to the fact that the trailing down feature was enabled for both of these bots. And the reality is, from the time that I deployed these bots, Bitcoin is actually down about 5,000 USDT. I think I deployed these bots back when Bitcoin was around 42.6 or 7. So both of these bots have trailed down and followed the Bitcoin price down and have continued to buy the whole way down, because on the Scalper bot, that feature is automatically enabled. On the SBOT, that's a feature I actually have a choice in configuring. Now, if you missed the video where I actually set these two bots up, I'll drop a link in the description down below. But now would probably be a good time to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss those future videos. Now, with that being said, I can tell you right now, Bitcoin is down approximately about 11 to maybe 12% from the time of when I actually deployed both these bots. But as you can see, the SBOT is actually up from that time. It actually has a profit of 1.27%, and that's mainly because the bot has actually produced 2.35% profit. Without this bot profit, I would be down. Now, that still would not be nearly as bad as the fact that the Scalper bot is down 12%. And that's with adding in 1.68% profit, but it took this bot 7,700 trades, almost 8,000 trades, and still it hasn't produced any meaningful results. And in reality, if we jump over here and check its details, you can see that it's pretty much in line with the buy and hold strategy. In reality, a buy and hold strategy would be down 12%, and actually my current funds are down 12.18%, so it's doing slightly worse than a buy and hold strategy. So you buy and hold trolls, you might be able to cheer for the moment, but when we get to the SBOT results, you might rethink your strategy of buy and hold. Now, if we take a look at my initial funds, this is the amount I supposedly initially deployed this bot with, and I can tell you right now, this is wrong. You can go check my video if you doubt it, but I deployed both of these bots with about 500 USDT. And as far as the actual results for this particular bot, all I really care about is the current funds. You can really disregard the bot profit. This intel has created more confusion than actually has done any good. Most people think they should be up this 1.68% because it's the bot profit, when in reality, that's just the profit the bot has accumulated in actually following the price action. What you also have to consider is the amount of the base currency you hold and its current price. Now, if that price goes down, obviously you have to consider the current value of your holding. And so obviously my current holding of BTC is at a loss, even after adding in the meager bot profit this bot has actually produced, thus giving me a total P&L, which this is really the number you should care about. My total P&L is a negative 141.86. And so right now this bot is currently down just over 12%. But again, the BTC buy and hold strategy is down pretty close to the same amount. And so at the end of the day, I think in this particular case for a scalper bot, the only winner is KuCoin, and the fact that they're collecting a ton of fees on the almost 8,000 trades being made on behalf of this bot. Now, if we jump over here to the SBOT results, we see much better production out of this bot. It only had to make 1,000 trades, and it's actually up right now, so I actually have some profit of just over $60. That's my total P&L right now. My current funds currently are up 1.3%, and that's with holding a pretty good amount of BTC, a little bit of USDT. When added together, I get my total value, and thus I end up with my just over $60 profit. But with that all being said, had I just bought and held, I would actually be down and not up. Now again, if we look at the initial funds, and you can see that my initial funds were some BTC and some USDT, and Bitsgap's reporting I started this bot with $4,700. Again, that's not accurate. I started this bot with 500 USDT. And so I think this is something Bitsgap needs to clear up. Yes, trailing down's been enabled, but that should be reflected over here in my current funds, not in my initial funds. This bot has trailed down and has taken a lot of money off of my exchange to continue to buy BTC as BTC's price dipped. But again, that is represented over here in my current funds and should not be, in my opinion, represented in my initial funds. My initial funds should be that 500 USDT that I deployed this bot with. So again, it calls into question some of these figures. I can tell you that I do have this much BTC over on my exchange, and I also have this USDT. This part does actually balance out, but for whatever reason, these figures clearly are not correct. So at the end of the day, the results are the SBOT absolutely destroyed the scalper bot. Honestly, that's pretty much what I expected. I will not be personally deploying any more scalper bots in the future unless there's some new features or something that I want to point out to you all. But I see no benefit of deploying a scalper bot when the SBOTs are available. The SBOT has been profitable even in a down market. The market is down just over 5,000 USDT. Yet I have made a small profit, albeit, but a profit on the SBOT. Scalper bot, it's actually doing about the same as buy and hold, so I see no point in paying KuCoin all those fees. I can just buy and hold and throw it in my Trezor or Exodus account, maybe even throw it over to Celsius and earn some yield, rather than just paying KuCoin a bunch of fees for a scalper bot. So in closing, the SBOT is the winner of this battle, and I think that pretty much wraps it up. So if you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and shoot that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to Bitsgap in the description down below. And at the end of the day, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.